Alright, today we are doing Black Myth Wukong what the heck? Tier list. Every boss in the entire game because that's just how I roll. This game has like a million bosses, so I'm not gonna like talk too much about each one, but uh I'm definitely gonna give like my general opinion on each one. But before we start, I'm adding an F tier because there definitely should be an F tier for this game. This game has some real highlights, but also has some real stinky trash. Now I want to talk about the stinky trash just as much as I want to talk about the highlights. Um, and so yeah, there's a lot to cover here, but I actually don't know if this is all of them. I think it probably is. Okay, so we're gonna start though with the Bull Guard. This boss kind of sucks. I mean, it's an intro boss, and you can kind of tell that it's gonna be like a basic enemy later. Like, it's not very hard to tell. So I would say like it's like a D tier because he doesn't really do anything special. He's just a tutorial boss, really, but not even a good one. Uh, I would say the Wandering White next, better than the Elder one, better than Elder Jinshi, which I'm sure we'll get to not too long from now. I actually think this is a decent like kind of first challenge. Kind of teaches you the basic mechanics of the game. Guangzi, this guy's like the one with the fire, which is like actually kind of cool. He's actually I would say like on the same like level. Like these two are like for good first impressions on the game. Like they're both like decent. They're nothing crazy, but they're both like just good fights. Then I mean I would say the Wandering White was a little challenging. Took me like I think like 3 attempts. The Guanzi I beat on my first try, but like still. Oh, by the way, just for reference, I've beaten this game like 3 times. I've gotten the platinum trophy, which I would not at all ever recommend. Not even to like my worst enemy. I wouldn't recommend that. And there's a lot of things I would recommend for my worst enemy, but that's not one of them. Next we got Baling Gulang. I mean, I could put all the frogs in F tier, but like I'll be nice to the first one because he's just the first one and he doesn't really do anything special in like good or a bad way. Guangmo, probably the most forgettable boss in the entire game. White Clad Noble. Why is it split into the different phases? It's still the same boss. Alright, this is gonna be both phases, and that's definitely an A tier. That's the first boss that's like a strong A tier. Like I feel good about that. I think well, cause I think like as far as like the challenge goes, it's the most challenging boss up to that point. Probably the most fun and the most like mechanically interesting. And I just think he's overall just a really good boss. And the second phase is pretty predictable, but like still cool. Ling Zuzi. This was a boss I really wanted to be better than it was, because it's just so cool looking. Like it's just the top of B tier, but it's like so easy. I feel like he just kind of sits there and lets you hit him like half the time. So that kind of made it a little lame. Elder Jinshi, this guy kind of sucks. Like not that bad, but like he's just not good. Like he's like the definition of a C tier. He's just not very good. Like he's literally just the Wandering White, except like worse to be honest, and easier too, because you could just kill all of his minions, and every time you kill his minions, it heals you. So it like takes all of the challenge out of the fight. But Black Wind King, this boss kind of he has like some good attacks, but he's really nothing special. He's kind of just a basic boss. That's another C tier, I think. He's just a basic white guy, pretty much. So I mean, if that's your kind of thing, then maybe this is a little higher for you. But for me personally, I wouldn't put it that high. Red Long, pretty cool, but like really easy. I'd probably say better than the Wandering White, but I wouldn't give him anything more than that. Black Bear Guai though, this is like a good boss. This is another A tier, I'd say. Pretty fun, not too hard, but there is some attacks like the where he turns into like the mist that like you pretty much kind of just have to get a little lucky because sometimes you can just get unlucky and then you get hit. But I mean, that's how it is. Like, I don't mind that. Like, I think it's kind of funny if people die there because they kind of deserve it, Loki, because he's not that hard. Uh, Langley go. I don't even. This is like the electricity one, and it's F tier. I'm telling you, probably the rest of the frogs are gonna be F tier. They might be the only bosses in F tier. It really just depends on how I'm feeling. But like right now, I'm feeling that guy's an F tier for sure, no doubt in my mind. Earth Wolf. This is another boss that I feel like doesn't even like try to attack you. But I would say that's even worse than Ling Zuzi because he's just so forgettable and not even like there's nothing cool about him. So like I think he kind of has to go here. The King and Second Prince of Flowing Sands, super duper easy and forgettable. Like it has so much potential, but they just didn't do anything with it. I'm not ranking this because he's the same thing as the. I'm not gonna rank that. But yeah, no, just so much wasted potential. Still like decent, but like it's like looking at what it could have been, it's like actually disappointing. But next we got and this is the same boss. Oh my goodness. Okay, next we got the first Prince of Flowing Sands. This guy is terrible. Uh, there's like the secret thing you need to do to like unlock a special area that you have to do like in his arena where you like break something, but if he doesn't do it, then you're just kind of like you're I mean like you're really just there's nothing you can do really. I think there's like a way to do it without the boss, but like if you're not following a guide, you're never ever gonna know that. Like it's really stupid as a feature. And then the boss itself is just lame. Uh, the I'm trying to remember what this boss even is. Oh yeah, this is like a yeah. This guy's like so like irrelevant. like this guy. Oh yeah, this guy. I don't even. Mother of Stones. This is horrible. Basically like the more that you hit the mother, then the more like little minions she spawns. And then it's like you could either just keep hitting the mother or you kill the minions. Either way, you're wasting your time. So yeah, that boss kind of sucks. Tiger Acolyte. This is a cool little boss, cool little encounter on the bridge and stuff. It's kind of fun. It's not hard, but it's fun though. I would say, and it goes by pretty fast. So yeah, I think B's fair. Mad Tiger. This guy's like the secret boss, but like there's a lot of secret bosses in this game. But this guy's like so out of your way. Like you really have to be like you have to know. Again, there's another thing. You have to follow a guide. There's no way that you just know what to do. You have to follow a guide to get to this boss, and then once you do, it's not really worth it. It's like the top of C tier. Tiger Vanguard is like again, it's like not even really like if that was all that this is another secret boss, but if like this was all that the secret was just fighting this guy, it would be so lame. But it gets better, but like this boss kind of sucks though. Yellow Robe Squire. You need to beat this guy to get to this guy, and this guy sucks even more. I feel like I'm being pretty negative so far, but trust me, there's some good bosses in this game. Man in Stone though is not one of them. That's a F tier. Probably the easiest boss in the entire game. You could make the argument, and definitely one of the worst. Tiger Vanguard. This guy's high A. This is a good boss. I would say above Black. Actually, yeah, I think there maybe. His sword slash, everything about him is really cool. He's pretty hard. He's actually like probably at that time he's like the hardest boss that you'll fight. But yeah, I think this is fair placement. Stone Vanguard, extremely lame. It's just, dude, there's so many just big rocks you fight in this game. Like I don't. This game has an obsession with making you fight big rocks, and like so I don't even. But this is one of the better ones, I guess. The Black Long. This guy's just a gimmick boss because you just have to figure out like one thing, and then once you figure it out, the boss is just like so easy. You just have to jump on like the rock every time he does like the plays the drums or whatever. But like it's so not even like there's what Like, what is there even to say about this boss? Shingadang of just a big rock. Fubon, dude, the spectacle of Fubon is like probably the best in the entire game. That might be a little controversial, but like I think he deserves it. I think if there's any spectacle boss that we're gonna give S tier, it's gotta be Fubon. Like it really feels like you're just going up against a crazy massive beast and you're still somehow winning. Like, don't get me wrong, the boss is kind of bad. Like, if we're going off of like mechanics and stuff, like, yeah, it's kind of bad. But like just like the scale of it is what makes it cool. Yellow Wind Sage, I will not elaborate on that one. Uh, the the chief, you fight this guy like multiple times, but it does slightly change each time, so I'll rank them individually. But I think like the first two are C tier because the first two are just so forgettable. Um, but then you fight the Kang Jin Long, and I have a pretty mixed feeling about this guy because I think he's like objectively good, but I just don't really like him that much. I think like there is fine. It's just it's kind of annoying. You have to like wait. Most of the fight is just waiting. Like it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It could have definitely been worse. It's just not good. Captain Wise voice. I don't know if this could have been worse. No, it's not that bad. It's just annoying, and it's like a gimmick boss, and it's like you're not. It's not fun, but like it's not like so offensively bad. It's F tier, you know. Mana Bat. This is one that I missed on like my first two playthroughs, but when I was going for the platinum trophy, I was like, I gotta get this guy, cause this guy is like missable. Like you could like lock yourself out of fighting this guy, and it's really not worth it when you actually fight him. Uh, Kang Jin Star, also not really worth it, except this one is a required boss. It kind of sucks, but also is kind of cool, so I don't really know where to put it. Because I don't want to put it in C tier, but I'll think of like bottom of B tier. Stop with the phase 2, bro. It's the same boss. Cyan Long, this is just a one-on-one straight up tough fight, and I actually think it's pretty good just because it's like simple, it's hard. Like what else is there to say? Like it's just hard. But it's fair and it's fun, so I like it. Non-white round 1. Like D tier, non-white round 2 like D. Oh wait, this is the one where he gets like the spear. The round 2 is where he gets like he has like the posture you have to break like Sekiro style. That gives it it's a little bit better just because of that, like purely alone. The coolness factor goes up a little bit. So I'm actually okay with that. Non-able, I don't know why it breaks it down for phases. It's the same boss. This boss is one of the hardest bosses in the entire game, and so for that I'm putting him D tier. I don't even want to talk about how many times that guy killed me. Lang Li Balang, F tier. Old Ginseng Guai, D tier. This guy is so like, like this is one of them ones where it's like, why do you even put this in the game? Like, like the game did not need this. It contributed nothing to the quality of the game. Captain Lotus. Oh, this is terrible. This boss is horrible. I can't even believe they let this boss slide. This is probably the worst boss on the list so far, other than maybe the Yellow Wind Sage. But like this boss is bad though. Like don't let anything distract you from how terrible that boss is. Captain Kappa Wave. This is like you fight this guy like this guy is like so unbelievably forgettable, and it's kind of embarrassing because you wouldn't expect him to be, but like he really is. Like this boss really does suck, but like it's not like it's like C tier suck. Like this is a horrible boss. This is like actually I'm okay with this. Monk of the Sea is just miserable. Like this is like the least fun you're gonna have in the entire game is fighting this guy. But you kind of need to kill him for a transformation, so it's kind of important. Non-pure, probably one of the easiest bosses in the game, but like C tier. Non-void, this is like the Fox side quest. Um, and that side quest sucks, so for that I'm putting him in D tier. Uh, the round 3 with the chief, this one's actually like decent. It's like a B tier. Yellow Brow round 1. B tier. Yellowbrow round 2, F tier. I want to point out they're actually missing a boss. I repeat, they're missing a boss, actually. There's a guy that you fight in the melon field area in um the chapter 3, and he's the guy that has like the fiery rings, and they left him out, I think. Unless he shows up later, but I have a feeling they left him out because you fight him in chapter 3. So I think they might have left him out. Alright, second sister, extremely easy. Like you could, like I think I beat this boss hitless. I'm not even lying. Like this is one of the easiest bosses I've ever fought in a video game, but not that bad. Centipede Guai actually pretty cool. This might be a sleeper pick, but I actually kind of like this boss. So I'm gonna put above Wandering. I'll put, yeah, I like that. The Buddha's. Oh yeah, this boss is trash. Not like F tier, but like terrible. Balingwa. I just gotta. Every frog is going in F tier from now on. Elder Armor Worm, another one that's like, why is this in the game? There's a side quest you gotta do with this guy. That's like the worst side quest ever made. Like, I can't believe that they thought that was a good idea. You have to like farm for like rice and stuff to like raise an armor worm, and then if you do that, you get like a soak. But there's no, what's the point of a soak if you've waited the entire game? And you're not even gonna find it on your first playthrough. So it's gonna like there's this F tier, F tier. Zubaye round 1, extremely easy. Pushover, some would say. Zubaye round 2, worse, but still kind of easy. Violet Spider, where did I put the other spider? It goes in the same place as the other spider. Chen Long, horrible. I don't like this boss at all. Objectively, it's better than an F tier, but I don't like it. Like I'm not having fun when I'm fighting this boss. The lighting is just annoying. There's really like it's kind of sucks. It's better if you fight him with Zubaje though. That makes it better. This is not a boss. I'm not even gonna humor that. I'm not gonna rank that. Uh, Venom. Okay, you fight this guy twice. The first time is like pretty good, cause there's like a secret armor weapon that you can get if you knock off all of his arms on the back. So pro tip, cause you can miss that and then you lock yourself out of it. So don't miss that. The round 2 is actually really good. Like that's like top of A tier. This is a fun boss and a rewarding one too, because what you unlock for beating this guy is really worth it. Like the area you get, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh, Yin Tiger, S tier, dude. It's just a big tiger with a sword. No magic, no nothing. He just got a sword, and he's still gonna whoop you for like 2 hours, and I love that. That's amazing. Like that's why he's the goat. This guy, I missed him on like my first 3 playthroughs. My first 2, I mean, and like it's like I want to put him in F tier, but I'm not going to. Scorpion Lord is so hard, and not I'm putting him in F tier. I don't even care. I like you can't change my mind. Duskvale number 1, like probably maybe the best, one of the best bosses in the game. Like undisputably one of the best bosses in the game. Like this isn't even, I don't even have to think about that. One of the worst bosses in the game immediately follows it up. Yeah. Um, there's like a thing with this boss where you have to get a specific item, otherwise it's basically impossible. But the game at no point tells you what item it is or where to get it or how to get it, so you just kind of have to guess, and that's not fun. So I think this is deserved. Yellow Long, probably the hardest boss in the entire game. Like this is probably the hardest boss in the game, but I actually like him. If he wasn't so hard, he'd probably be S tier. But like, he has endless combos. He one-shots you. He's impossible. I literally could not beat this guy until I beat the entire rest of the game on my first playthrough. I had to beat the entire game before I could come back and beat this guy. And even then, he still took me like an hour. So like, I don't even want to talk. I hate that. Like, I hate him, but I love him though. You know what I'm saying? Uh, this guy is a story, but like kind of a side story, kind of like he's like I don't even like I do know, but like he's nothing special. 5 element carts. They just really Put them all into one. So, sorry, mi microfono cut out, but it's back now. 5 element cards, D tier. There's one that you're like, I don't even know how you're supposed to fight one of them because you're just like on the, you're like stuck on a path and like the path is like so narrow you have to fight him and you can't move. Like you're just you would really have to see the fight to understand what I'm talking about. But like it's just so I don't even know what they were thinking when they made that boss. To be honest with you. It's just more rocks. Father of Stones is just rocks. I don't want to fight rocks. Cloudy Mist, Misty Cloud. This is the same boss, so I'm just gonna rank him one time. But it's a solid duo boss. I have a soft spot for duo bosses. Um, but I actually think that was a well executed and kind of fun one. I think they're forgetting a boss. Unless I'm going crazy, I think they're forgetting a boss. They're forgetting the wind and fire, fire and wind boss. I don't know. That's like a main. You have to fight that. I don't know how you could even skip that one, but I guess they just forgot about it. That guy will go like C tier. Um, Keeper of the Flaming Mountains. This guy was cool until he wasn't. Once he turns into the fish, it just like like it kind of. I would have been S tier if it wasn't for that. Uh, I'm not gonna count this guy. And I'm also, this is the same boss. By the way, I want you to all know that there is a very, 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 very hidden boss. It is so hidden that the game does not even translate his name into English. So, like, you're not even supposed to find this guy. But there's a boss. There's a transformation that you get in the game. If you do a certain quest in Chapter 2, then you can unlock it in Chapter 3. But if you miss it, you could lock yourself out of it. Or so it makes it seem. But there's actually like a secret way to fight him and to fight the boss. But they clearly didn't think players would actually like do it because it's not even translated into English. It's in Chinese. So like I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just had to get that off my chest because I'm trying to when I tried to get the platinum trophy, that was one of the things that was holding me back was this thing that I thought like I can't even I can't even explain it. I can't explain it. You would just have to know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. 9K. This guy is just. It's the same thing as the old ginseng. Like, why is this in the game? Why? 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 Flint Van. It's more rocks. Rusty gold cart. It's actually a good cart. Not A tier, but like B tier. Top takes bottom. Bottom takes top. I will not elaborate on that one. Okay, the Golden Eye Beast. Okay. We gotta have some serious talks because another thing, there's so many secrets in this game. But another thing that people don't know is that obviously the first arena that you fight this boss in is like horrible. It would genuinely make the fight F tier if you had to fight him in that arena. But there's a secret that people don't know about where you could actually get to another arena that isn't covered in lava. And if you get to that arena, you can actually fight him and it's like a good fight. But you have to get there, which is kind of hard. And the thing is, each time that you die, you have to go through the lava arena and you have to get him to basically like breathe fire onto some ice because that's like the ice is hiding the path forward. So you have to do it's a long process, but like what I'm trying to justify this. If you fight this boss on a not fire covered arena, it's actually like one of the best bosses in the game. So there's my justification. Frog F tier. Mother of Flamelings F tier. This one was just miserable. This is like I this isn't like I can't think of a game that has a worse boss than this. Like this is really bad. Like there are some bosses in this game that are like so good, and then there are some that are just I don't even like uh, uh, I might just kill myself if, like honestly. Flint, it's more rocks. It's just more rocks. Red boy. Not that cool. I like you would think he'd be cooler than he is. Yeah, this guy. This guy kind of sucks. He has that one attack that where he like slams the blades, but it's like delayed, so it just kind of sucks. Like that really ruins the fight. Otherwise, it'd be pretty good. Supreme Celestial Inspector. Uh oh yeah, oh this guy with the hand face. I love this boss. It's a like it's just so cool that I feel like it has to go there, to be honest. Um yeah, I love this boss. He's so cool. He's really hard, probably one of the hardest bosses in the game, but he's really cool though. Fangtail General, this isn't a boss, but I'll still put it in F tier. Waterwood Beast, this is a joke. Flint Chief, it's rocks. Son of Stones, it's rocks. Frog, this is the worst frog, by the way. Actually, where I'm making an executive decision. Frog, and I'm putting all the frogs. I'm putting every single frog. Besides that one frog that I actually don't mind. Like the very first frog, I'll save that one. But the other frogs are going in this one. Um, this is like another one of the easiest bosses in the game. That's like C tier. Gold Armored Rhino sucks. You just have to break his horn, but he'll keep regenerating it. So just you have to hit him with heavy attacks to break his horn. It's not bad, but it's not good. Like it really doesn't deserve any recognition. Cloud Treading Deer. I don't like this boss. Emerald Arm Mantis is cool. This is just a fun boss. I'm saying S tier because of just how much. It's not that hard, not that special, but it's just fun. Like I really like. I think it's just a enjoyable boss. So I think it's S tier. Giant Shigadang Nang. The spectacle is cool, but that's about it. But I think that's enough for A tier. Stone Monkey. This is the last part one of the final boss of the game, and that's definitely S tier. No, it's A tier because it's pretty easy and nowhere near as good as Phase Two. Well, I'd say Phase, but this is a separate boss. The Great Sage's Broken Shell. Oh my goodness, this boss is peak gaming. Oh my goodness, this boss is peak gaming. Doesn't get better than that. Oh, they actually did. Oh, okay, I thought they forgot about this guy. This is the guy I was talking about for Chapter 3. He's like the hidden boss in the melon field. I don't like him, but well, I mean, I kind of like him, but he's here, so there we go. Erlang Shen, the Sacred Divinity. This is kind of the quote-unquote secret final boss, and it's definitely the hardest boss of the game, but it's also definitely the best one. Like maybe not my favorite. Like the Dusk Veil, Golden Eye Beast, and Broken Shell are like really battling for my favorite. But Erlang is objectively the best and the hardest. Like I got so lucky that I beat this guy as fast as I did because I know I can't beat him. Like I got so lucky on my first playthrough. I can't even explain to you. The four Heavenly Kings. For Heavenly Kings, they go down pretty easy. And they're pretty forgettable. But actually they're cool though because their finishers are like all really cool. So I'm actually put them in A tier. And Erlang Shen, also A tier. This is the same, it's Erlang, but like not. So I think it's A tier. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this episode of I Rank Everything. That's like my dubstep outro. Nah, they forgot like two bosses, I think, at least. But like that's fine. Like who really cares anyway? It's just two bosses. And plus like they're not really like memorable ones to be honest. And they forgot the Chinese one, but I really didn't expect them to get the Chinese one. I honestly wish I didn't know about the Chinese one, but there we go. Uh yeah, so that's everything. The only one that I probably could have ranked this guy, but I'm not going to. I'm just stalling because this is gonna be my first 30-minute video in about 1 second.